All right, welcome everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started with the webinar. I appreciate everybody joining us for this month's webinar. The topic for the session today, simplifying Windows remote access deployments for physical and virtual environments. And that should give you a bit of a key as to what we're going to be talking about today and introducing some cool stuff. So before we get started, let's do some introductions and just kind of a level set on who everybody is and what we're doing here. So I appreciate it. My name is Richard Hicks. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Director of Technical Services here at Celestix Networks. I'm a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional in the Enterprise Security discipline. I have a variety of Microsoft certifications. I've been in the business for coming up on 20 years now. The majority of the time that I've spent in IT has been deploying edge security and remote access solutions using Microsoft technologies. So I have a fairly unique and very deep background and experience in deploying these types of solutions using Microsoft technologies. Celestix Networks, of course, we've been around for quite some time. If you're not familiar with us, we've been in business since the late 90s. Originally started life building hardware firewalls for Checkpoint. So Checkpoint was a software-only solution. Celestix was an OEM hardware provider for the folks at Checkpoint. We've since, of course, had very many, a number of different successful OEM relationships with security vendors such as WebSense, Surf Control, Norman, BMC, RSA. We've got a number of those going today, as a matter of fact, and of course Microsoft since 2004, 2005 or so. So we've been developing and delivering Microsoft edge security and remote access solutions for quite some time as well. Celestix does have a worldwide presence. Corporate headquarters is here in the U.S. in Northern California, but we do have offices around the world in various locations, Europe, United Kingdom, Asia as well. So you can usually find us just about anywhere. We have deployed our solutions around the world globally for a countless number of customers across all verticals, and our solutions and platforms are available through just about any service provider, reseller, or distributor. You can usually find our solutions just about anywhere. So let's talk a little bit today about some of the challenges that organizations face with providing secure remote access. Organizations, they really face a pretty significant challenge when it comes to planning a secure remote access strategy. You know, I'm old enough to remember when remote access was strictly limited to, systems and network administrators, and generally that was for the sole purpose of providing, remote support. Today, administrators have to provide secure remote access solutions that really meet the diverse remote access requirements for a rather large client population. No longer is it strictly relegated to a specific subset of people. Just about all users need remote access in some fashion in order to be productive, and it's really vital today. That diverse client population, of course, includes things like our traditional managed clients. These would be your Windows laptops, joined to the domain, managed by corporate IT. Those are pretty standard, pretty vanilla, and traditional. However, things are changing drastically, or administrators have to provide a secure remote access platform for non-managed clients, because not all of the machines that need secure remote corporate network connectivity are traditional managed clients. They are non-managed, meaning they might be Windows-based, but they're not a member of the domain. Maybe it's a personal device, a home machine, or something of that nature. Mobile devices as well today, with the explosion of mobile devices, users are demanding to be able to be productive anywhere they are across any device and any platform. So we have to meet those secure remote access requirements for mobile devices as well, which poses some unique challenges. Virtual desktop infrastructure is becoming a popular and increasingly common way to address a remote access needs. It also has some benefits from a security perspective as well. From a remote access perspective, it's easy to deploy remote access across multiple devices and platforms, because essentially all you're doing is providing a window of the desktop, a view of the desktop. The security benefit there, of course, comes from the fact that the data never leaves on premises, right? It resides on premises, and basically you're just viewing the data remotely. So virtual desktop infrastructure is another another common remote access technology. And then, of course, the administrators have to decide, do they want to provide access to the network or simply just an application? Traditional client-based VPNs were, fairly rudimentary. They basically connected this device at layer 3, give the client an IP address, and it was on your network. It was a network device and had access to pretty much whatever it wanted. That's changing, of course. Today we're trying to minimize that exposure and reduce that attack surface, and so we're trying to decide, is giving a device access to the entire network really necessary, or can I simply just make the application available to the user using a variety of technologies? So there's a number of different ways to do that, and of course, for simplifying remote access deployments, the E-Series has really been the platform of choice for Fortune 500 companies around the world for many years. The E-Series is a comprehensive secure remote access solution that leverages a number of different technologies to meet today's diverse remote access requirements. So, for example, first and foremost, I think the most popular workload for the Celestix E Series today is DirectAccess. DirectAccess is really targeted at managed clients, though. It means that these would be your traditional Windows domain joined clients, and for that we have DirectAccess that provides seamless and transparent, always-on, bi-directional corporate network connectivity. DirectAccess is, the adoption of DirectAccess has been exploding over the last few years. I expect that will be something that continues to grow exponentially, I think, when we get to Windows 10, when Windows 10 Client gets released. We're going to see a lot of organizations making the jump from Windows 7 to Windows 10 and adopting DirectAccess pretty rapidly. However, DirectAccess being for managed clients, we still need to provide some sort of capabilities or secure remote access for non-managed clients and devices of all types. And for that, of course, the E-Series supports client-based VPN. So we do have the capability to provide client-based VPN for our non-managed clients. This would apply to our mobile devices as well, anything with a VPN client either built in or that you could install on it. The E-Series and Windows Server 2012 support a number of modern client-based VPN protocols like SSTP and IPv2. Does support legacy protocols like PPTP, LTTP over IPsec if you wish to use those as well. For publishing applications, the E-Series includes a capability or a feature called the Web Application Proxy, which is intuitively does what it says. It publishes applications. This is a reverse web proxy that is designed to provide secure remote access at the application level to traditional on-premises applications like Exchange, Outlook, Web Access, and SharePoint, things like that. Can be used for any in-house developed or third-party line of business application that is web-based, that's strictly web-based, however. For remote access, for remote desktop anyway, we do have capabilities in the E-Series to provide remote access, remote desktop gateway, and also supports remote apps. So this is helpful for those organizations that have chosen to use a VDI deployment to simplify not only their desktop management, but also to provide secure remote access and ultimately provide better control and better control over their data and which data leaves the organization. Application streaming, of course, is the remote app capability where instead of just providing a desktop, we can actually just stream the application to the user. We can do that securely, remotely through the Celestix E-Series. And then, of course, workplace join and work folders, it goes hand in hand with our BYOD strategy. Workplace join and work folders is supported on the Celestix E-Series. This is designed to provide secure file synchronization for mobile devices, and it leverages some technologies that are part of the operating system to use, essentially what it does is it provides a Dropbox or OneDrive-like experience. However, the data repository is now a file server on your corporate network instead of a cloud service. So there's some advantages to using that. That capability is a part of the Celestix E-Series as well. So traditionally, Celestix has delivered the E-Series in our hardware appliance form factor. The E Series is our hardware appliance solution. It features Windows Server 2012 R2. It's delivered on our dedicated purpose-built advanced hardware appliance platform. It comes with a certified configuration and predictable performance. It's available in a wide variety of platforms and sizes to meet kind of all needs for all environments. So if you want to deploy the Celestix E Series for secure remote access in a small company, you might choose the 3400 series. It supports, around 500 users. You can use the 3400 series for scale out, so if you need to support more than that, you can certainly create arrays or clusters of remote access servers to scale out effectively. Many organizations like to do that. The 6400 is kind of our mid-range device. It's probably one of the most popular devices. Great appliance, supports around 2,000 to 3,000 users typically. And then for the data center and for the enterprise, we recommend the 8400. This is our powerhouse. Supports many, many users. We've deployed this for some very large organizations supporting very large populations of remote access clients. All of our hardware appliances feature some advanced capabilities. For example, all of them come with a web-based management console, which has recently been rewritten in HTML5. It's completely platform and browser independent, meaning that you can manage the Celestix security appliance remotely from any device using any web browser. It enables ease of configuration. So, for example, using the web-based console, you can go through the out-of-box experience to join the appliance to the domain, rename it, do those types of things, change the administrator password, date, time, what have you. After that, you can install and configure roles and features using the web-based management console. After you've deployed a role, then you can use our post-installation wizards to finalize that installation. After you've got the system up and running, you have a remote access dashboard, of course, that provides an instant view of connected sessions. It also includes some proprietary features like our kill switch feature, which we just announced recently. Allows you to proactively terminate direct access connections for connected users. This is something that is not available to users that are not using the Celestix platform. There is no way in the native Microsoft remote access management tools to go in, find a direct access session, and terminate it. And there's a variety of reasons that you might want to do that. We can certainly talk a little bit more about those features a little bit later if we have time. But what I would encourage you to do is go to celestix.com/video. We've done some product demonstration videos there. There are also links to previous webinars where we've actually demonstrated these features in depth. I would encourage you to jump over there and take a look at that when you have a few minutes. So Celestix has a long history of delivering its security solutions using our dedicated purpose-built advanced hardware appliance platform. However, the data center is rapidly evolving. Today's modern data center is highly virtualized, often heavily automated, and of course sometimes even co-located. All of these things conspire to make the deployment of a physical hardware device really challenging, sometimes not only difficult, but sometimes even impossible for some customers. So to meet that specific requirement, Celestix has introduced the Celestica VE Series. This is a virtual E-Series appliance. This is pretty exciting because this is a first for Celestix. Again, as a tried and true hardware appliance company, this is our first virtual solution. Basically it's a virtual appliance that's delivered as a software installer on a customer-supplied, is designed to be installed on a customer-supplied virtual machine. It can be run on pretty much any platform, Microsoft's Hyper-V, of course, VMware, any Windows Server virtualization validation program validated platform. So bottom line is that it's supported on any Microsoft-supported virtualization platform. This is available for new and existing deployments, and that's a key right there, is existing deployments. So that means if you've deployed direct access today, you still can take advantage of some of the benefits that you get with our appliance platform. Not only that, but you can leverage the appliance features in your virtual environments, and then you have, of course, access to Celestix support, and then you get the benefits of deploying in your virtual infrastructure. Many organizations and many customers that we're talking to today have mandates to deploy virtual appliances. They're not deploying hardware anymore. They have standardized on a virtualization platform, and all platforms, all systems must be deployed on that environment. And our system, of course, our platform is not exempt to that. You get the benefits, of course, of the flexible, scalable environment that a virtual platform provides. And of course, you get the ease of administration and management, and of course, you get to conform with your central IT mandate that everything be virtualized. So I think that's tremendously beneficial. This is pretty exciting, interesting new feature. Again, something we've been working on for a period of time, and we're getting real close to releasing this. And so you should see something on that in the near future, hopefully. I want to get to a quick demonstration. So this will not, unfortunately, be a super in-depth, comprehensive type of demonstration. If you go to celestix.com/video, you can certainly see more. But however, today I just wanted to very quickly show you, I've got a Hyper-V environment here. This is just a quick test lab that I've prepared, and you'll see here that I've got a group of virtual machines configured. I have a couple of different edge servers, so these are remote access servers for which I've already deployed or installed the virtual appliance software. Again, this is a software package that once it's installed doesn't look any different than any other Windows server in your environment. So I'm running Windows Server 2012 R2. I've installed our virtual appliance software, and now I'm going to go over to the client, and we'll just open up the management software here. Again, you manage the Celestix appliance, virtual or physical, using the web browser. The interface, the actual code name for our management platform is Comet, so you may see it referred to in documentation and video as the Comet web interface, web user interface, web-based management console. All of those are synonymous with this interface. So when you install the software, if you've not installed any roles or features, you can actually go to this interface or this panel, and here you would be able to look at the features that are installed, install any other features that you would want to. If there's any post-installation configuration required, we have a link to our deployment wizard which walks you through gathering all the information to finalize the implementation. For example, this has been deployed as a DirectAccess server. Once we did that, we clicked on the wizard, we walked through that. We'll have some demonstration videos on the website soon so that you can see how that works. We won't do that today because I've already done it. I need to be able to demonstrate the rest of this to you. So from there, we can go into the remote access dashboard, and here you'll see we have a number of connected clients. This is all interactive and drill down, by the way, so if I select to view the active connections, I can see those here. I can gather additional information about this particular connection. You'll also notice here that we have a couple of different features. We have the ability to reset the connection, disable it, or remove it. This was the kill switch feature that I had outlined earlier. Resetting a connection does just that. It basically terminates the session. The client will reestablish. That's helpful for scenarios in which a client, maybe for troubleshooting or something like that, needs to just simply be reset. You do have the option to disable the connection. This is good for scenarios in which, for example, a client has been maybe infected with virus or malicious software, and you need to temporarily disconnect this client from your corporate network until such time as you've been able to remediate that issue. Finally, we have what I like to call the nuclear option, and this is the remove button. By clicking this, it will remove the client and prevent it from connecting in the future. And again, you can see all of that in action on the Celestix website. So we have a number of different capabilities and features. Ultimately, this looks no different than it would on our physical hardware appliance platform, and that's the benefit. You get all the benefits of all the proprietary features, kill switch feature, and interactive reporting, drill down capabilities, all of that stuff, and you get that on our virtual appliance platform. So no longer do you have to either beg the central IT policymakers to deploy a physical device. You can actually deploy it on our virtual solution if you choose to do that. As I had stated earlier, this is available for existing solutions as well. What that means is that if you or your customers have deployed DirectAccess already and you're perfectly happy with it, however, you would like some increased visibility with our reporting, you'd like to be able to terminate Active Directory, or excuse me, DirectAccess sessions, a number of other capabilities and features that are in the appliance that are not in the native remote access solution. You can simply install our software on your existing remote access deployment, and it's obviously non-disruptive, and from there you can take advantage of our software capabilities. So if you've already deployed it, physical or virtual, you can still install our software appliance package on your existing deployment. And I think that's tremendous. By the way, I also wanted to demonstrate something real quick here. As you will see, this client that I'm doing this from, this is a bonus for today's session. This client actually has a public IPv4 address. I've been performing this session completely over DirectAccess. You'll see here that it does have an IPv6 address, and in fact, if I ping my application server, you're seeing it's responding with an IPv6 address. So everything that I have done today on the quote-unquote CorpNet has actually been from my DirectAccess client, which is actually on the public internet. So if you are not familiar with DirectAccess, then you got a bonus demonstration today. I'm on the public internet, however, I can still get to my corporate resources. I can still get to the public internet, as you can see. And for example, let's see, I should still have access to my home drive. I can manipulate files and so forth here. Let's create a file real quick. Save that. So yeah, so basically I've done everything in this demonstration over DirectAccess. So DirectAccess, as you can see, is an extremely powerful remote access technology for managed Windows clients. If you want to learn more about DirectAccess, again, go to celestix.com/video. You'll find some demonstration videos there.